up, guys? Welcome to another video. Today we'll be reviewing Seed of Chucky. This film came out in 2004 and was directed by Don Mancini and stars Brad Dourif and Jennifer Tilly. Now before we start, hit that like button, subscribe to the post notification bell so you know if for a video, and let's just start. Let's start talking about the good. So, Chucky in the snow. That is for, I would say, 2 seconds of the film. Chucky's in the snow. I thought it was a cool sequence. Definitely the coolest sequence in the film. Unfortunately, that's all the good that I have. Now let's move on to the bad. So all the actors and actors in this film are terrible. Horrible. Every single person in this film, except Brad Dourif and Jennifer Tilly, are awful. Glenn and Glenda, Glenn or Glenda, whatever it is horrible. It's terrible. It's a horrifying character. I don't know what they were trying to do with that. Probably referencing Don Mancini. Obviously, he was directing it, so he was obviously going to add that. Why wouldn't he? It's just disgusting. It's awful, and it's horrible. I don't like it at all. The opening credits sequence is one of the weirdest opening credits sequences that I've ever seen in my life. It is very, very weird. It's off-putting. It doesn't feel like a Chucky opening title sequence. It's just very, very weird. The cinematography, which of course includes shots of cameras, the lighting, is easily some of the worst cinematography in the entire franchise. The other films had this sort of dark look to them. Dark and fun look to them. This one just doesn't look good at all. It looks like an early 2000 films. It looks very, very bright, and it doesn't look like a horror film. The CGI is very, very apparent. The blood is mostly CGI for the film. There's a lot of CGI in this film, and it's terrible and very, very apparent. The sound design choices. Now, the sound design, it's very random and weird in this film. They do some things with the score that doesn't really make any sense for the sequence that's playing out in the film, which moves me to my next. Pino Donaggio's score doesn't fit the film very well at all. This is supposed to be a horror film. This film is a horror comedy, but I don't know what they were trying to go for, because some sequences feel like they're diving more into horror, and then other sequences, which most of this film is a comedy, which isn't very funny. But it has a hard time balancing those two tones, and that's why the score did not work all that well. And it tries to be Wes Craven's New Nightmare with the whole meta and self-referential sequences in it, but it doesn't work. And Wes Craven's New Nightmare did it 10 times better. Scream did it 10 times better. The whole meta aspect of this film doesn't work at all. There are some disgusting sequences in this film as well. A lot of disgusting sequences in the film. This is by far the most disgusting Chucky film that I've ever seen. It's just off-putting, and to me, Chucky is not this grotesque. The other films, they portray him as, evil character who just murders people, but this one it doesn't portray Chucky in a way that I would have liked. The third act of the film. Now, the third act of the film is ridiculous. And it's a little too ridiculous, because things happen in that third act that don't make a lot of sense, and they go crazy, which I'm fine with going crazy in a Chucky film, but they went too over the top. And the ending sequence. Now, the ending sequence is terrible. It's a horrible ending sequence. I don't know what they were thinking with it, but it doesn't make sense at all, and it's horrible. It's a terrible ending sequence. That's about it. Seed of Chucky is one of the worst horror films that I've ever seen in my entire life. It's a disgrace to the Chucky franchise, and I highly recommend that you check out any other film but this one. So I'm going to give Seed of Chucky an F. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and post notification bell so you can get notified for every video. I'm Peter. Thank you for watching.